Hey, wait a minute. Hey, Wave. Love to travel with Wave. Hey, Chica, rainy day in Florida. Is it really? Oh my goodness, look. Hurricane Francine is in the Gulf, or I don't know. I'm not sure if she has made landfall. Do you know, Wave? I know she's close to Louisiana, so I'm not sure if she's made landfall. But I hope that you guys, I hope that you, well, I hope that everyone is safe. I hope that it's not, I don't know how strong it is, what category it is, or anything like that. But I was just hearing bits of it about it at work. And those people really didn't know. Some were saying it was close. Some were talking about when it would potentially make landfall. So for everybody in the wake of the hurricane, we're hoping and wishing and praying for safety for you. Yeah, so you know, a lot of the southwest to southeast is probably going to get quite a bit of rain over the next few days. Over the next few days, it's probably going to be quite a bit of rain. So I'm glad she's not your way. I hope everybody in Louisiana is okay. Hopefully it won't. I heard about a lot of the potential for tornadoes. Of course, every time you have a hurricane, there is the potential for spin-off tornadoes, which, you know, they can be something. Like sometimes they can be just as bad, if not worse, than some hurricanes, depending on the grading of each one of them. So I'm hoping everything kind of settles down. I hope everything settles down. So what you been doing, Wave, if you're still here? Have you been traveling? What have you been up to? I know you had, and how's your foot? How's your foot? I remember you sharing with us, you know, about your foot procedure. So how's your foot? I hope it's fine. Yeah, yep. I remember you saying that you would have surgery on your foot. And I remember, I think you did a couple of lives like shortly after telling us about it, or if you were on your way. And it could have been a short, but I think it was a short live video. I think it was a short live video. So how has your foot been? I'm hoping that you've gotten a lot of improvement. I'm hoping that the surgery was successful and it's much better. Because, hey, you like to move. You like to move. You like to move. You be on the go. You be walking, and you be traveling. It's progressing slowly. Okay. Well, look, it's going to continue to progress. It's going to continue to progress. And before you know it, it'll be where you want it to be. It'll be as healed as you would like for it to be. We're going to claim that. We're going to claim it. Yeah, well, if you like to move. So I know you probably, you know what, after that initial rest, that's probably the best thing for it anyway. Okay, I got you. A little swelling in and out. That's how it is. Sometimes those procedures, you know, no matter what type of procedure it is, sometimes you have that off and on again swelling. You know, that initial heavy swelling goes down, and just when you think it's done, you get that off and on again kind of swelling until it just heals. And sometimes we have procedures done, and I know a lot of times it can be frustrating because people get a procedure done or have a surgery done, and it's like people get upset because with good reason, you know, if it's not back to like exactly what it was. But I think that's the goal, is to get things back to 100%. But if it gets to 85, 90, you know, that's still a success. It's just sometimes you have to make a little change or you just have to get used to it, because whatever it is, you don't want it below that, you know, you don't want it where it's bothering you and stuff like that. You really want it back at 100%. That's what we want. That's what, you know, that's fair. But sometimes maybe we get back to like 85, 90, 95%. Yes, claim it, Wade, claim it. Sometimes we get back to like 85, 90%. And you know what? We have to be thankful for that, because it's better than being, you know, the alternative. Better than just kind of bugging you and bothering you all the time. So sometimes we have things done and we may not get it back to 100%, but we get it way better than what it was. You know, we get it back to, at least it's better. It's closer to 100% than it was before. So that's a good thing. But it can be annoying, because it's like you want things to be the way they were. You have a procedure done. It's kind of like when maybe repairing a finger or a bone, you know, and when it rains, you get a little ache in it sometimes. You want it to go back to the way it was before when it didn't ache. Maybe it can't bend as much as it used to, but at least it's bending better than it was compared to what sent you to surgery. So we got to kind of look at it that way. Yes, but it is almost fall, and the weather is really, really nice. It's much better in most areas. Most locations have said that they've had a cool down, and that's been good. That's been good. It's like it's cloudy here, and it's windy, and I can barely see the phone screen. I can barely see the phone screen. I would think I could see it better, but nope. When it's cloudy like this, it seems like that's the worst. It seems like that's the worst. It's a little bit better now. A little bit better. Look at that. That pine cones and pine straws. They're falling. It's fall. It is fall. Annoying, y'all. Let me hit mute, because that wind, it feels good, but it doesn't feel good to the ear. I hate it when people are walking and then the wind is nice and it feels good, but it's so annoying through the microphone. It's so annoying through the microphone. When it gets windy like this, it is nice to be outside, taking some deep breaths in and out. But you gotta think about it. If you're gonna be on live, it is so annoying to the ear. It's annoying to the ear. And for anyone who comes across this video, I hope that you have moved today for 30 minutes. 30 minutes. I hope that you have kept it moving consistently for 30 minutes. At some point today, if you haven't already, that you will at some point today, okay? The goal is to keep moving those legs, keep moving those arms at the joints, okay? Want to exercise those ankles, knees, hip joints, wrists, elbows, shoulders, okay? Everything. Hey, Sharonda. Hey, Shawanda. Welcome into the chat. I hope that wind is not annoying you. Had a delivery wave. Look, it's about that time of year, y'all. It is about that time of year when we start seeing the delivery trucks running throughout the day, throughout the evening, delivering packages. People are getting prepared for the holidays because, y'all, time is flying by. I know we say it every day, but it is. It is. What's today? September 11th. 9/11. Remember those from 9/11. I hope at some point everybody has taken some time out of the day to remember those that we lost on 9/11/2001. Okay. Yeah, it's that time of year for those packages to start rolling in. Wade says, hey, everybody. I said Wade. Shawanda says, hey, everybody. And Wade says, hi, Shawanda. Hi, Shawanda. Yeah, it's that time of the year. I'm stopping right here because I can see a little bit better. Because for some reason, when it's really cloudy, it's like I can't see the screen that well. But y'all know I don't pay attention to the comments a lot when I'm walking. I try my best to because you want to engage. But when you're walking, you got to pay attention to your surroundings, right? You got to look out for these cars. You got to look out for people. You got to look out for pets. You got to look out for kids. You got to watch where you're walking. You don't want to step in something you don't need to be stepping in. You don't want to have to throw your shoes away. So it's like you got to pay a lot of attention. And thank you for coming through, Shawanda. Thank you, Wave. It's nice to get packages. It's nice to get a nice package. It's nice to get a good, nice package. Okay. There was a package at the house today, but it wasn't for me. Yes, it's nice. You're about to start seeing, what is it? FedEx, UPS, USPS, even runs a lot later. Probably start around, it'll probably start like late October, like mid to late October. But definitely like mid to late November. Definitely like mid to late November. You'll start back to seeing them out like 7, 8 o'clock in the evening at night. So if you guys are in the area of Hurricane Francine, I hope that you're safe. I hope that you have shelter. You have shelter, and that you look for shelter soon. Because like I said, I'm not quite sure of the status. So I don't know if it's made landfall or not. I heard some people say yes. I heard some people say no. I heard people say they don't know. So I don't know if it's made landfall or not. But if it hasn't, or if it has, find a secure place to be, a safe place to be. Shelter. Hunker down. I tried to combine shelter and hunker. Shelter. Find some shelter. Hunker down. If you have family and you know that they need shelter, help them out. Help them out if you can. Sometimes that can be a hard request, right? Sometimes you want to help people, but it might be kind of hard to do. Sometimes you want to help people, but it might be kind of hard to do. Even people that you know or that you're related to. You got to be careful who you help and how you help them. You got to be careful of who you help and how you help them. So again, we're just going to hope that it doesn't do much damage. But, hurricane season is what, like, is it June to November? It's about 6 months. I know it's like at least, I know it's definitely like July. Because I think Ivan was in July. Katrina was August? And those were the two big ones. So I think July and August. But hey, hurricane season I think goes to November. So The wind for the summertime, the breeze, the wind, all that comes from the hurricane can feel good, but it can do a lot of damage. It can feel good, but it can do a lot of damage. So hunker down and shelter in place. Shelter in place. What are we gonna do? It feels good out here. I'm not gonna walk too fast because it feels good. We're gonna enjoy this wind. We're gonna enjoy this wind. We don't need to walk too fast. But we do want to enjoy this nice breeze. Let me mute, because when I'm watching somebody and they're outside, that heavy wind it sounds like, oh, it's so, it tears your ears up. Yeah, I know I have to stop and be nosy. When you're walking outside like that, you got to be nosy. You got to stop and be nosy. Look around and see what's going on. You got to watch your surroundings, but you also just got to be a little bit nosy sometimes. Not too nosy. Don't be in folks' business. Don't be all in the neighbor's business. Just monitor your surroundings. Look at all those pine straws. Pine straws, pine cones. Yes, it's definitely a few days before fall. Guys, don't forget to look at the legs move. When you come across this live, or when you come across this live replay, people do what they want to do on their channel. Right. So I say, look at the legs move. Been saying it, gonna keep saying it. That's what we do, that's what we say. Okay, watch them move. Get up and you move. Keep moving. Keep moving. Move consistently. Be persistent about it. Okay? Keep moving consistently and be persistent about it. And as I always let you know, if you decide that you want to start or restart an exercise plan, program, regimen, routine, whichever word you want to use, make sure you contact your primary health care provider. Okay? You know you first and foremost. He or she knows you. and just get the okay. Okay, get the okay. Ask them to help you to formulate a plan so that you can get into your routine. Okay, ask them to help you formulate a plan. Is that Greg? Greg Master 5, are you back? Are you back? Ask them to help you formulate a plan so you can get into your routine. Check with your primary health care provider, your nurse practitioner, your physician's assistant, your nutritionist, your dietitian, if you have those, if you need those, your specialty doctors for any issues you may have, your physical therapist, your occupational therapist, okay? Your fitness coach, your weight trainer, whoever helps you. And if no one helps you, hey, that's okay. You got a team. You got a team. It's a collaborative effort. Your team is the atom and you are the nucleus. Your team is the atom and you are the nucleus. Now I'm just waiting for that parrot to say that. But anywho, you are the nucleus. And what's good for you is what everybody is striving to achieve. What's good for you. Okay, that's the goal, to achieve all things good for you. No, I can't stomp my feet. Can you stomp your feet? Can you? Can you, Greg? Greg Master 5, can you stomp your feet? Can you? What you laughing for? Tamika? Hey, no, it's Tamika. My bad, Tamika. I thought I was talking to Greg. I was about to say, Greg, what you... Yeah, both of y'all are purple. I was going to say, Greg, what you laughing for? Tamika, this is the second day Greg has come over here asking me to stomp my feet. He better look at the legs move and watch the legs move and get motivated. Greg, have you worked out today? Have you exercised? What have you done today, Greg? Welcome, Tamika. Welcome, Tamika. Tamika says right. Welcome into the chat. I appreciate you. We're just over here talking about how nice this weather is, and talking about Hurricane Francine. I'm hoping that everybody or anybody, any and everybody in the wake of Hurricane Francine, I hope that you guys are safe. I hope that you have taken cover. I hope that you're sheltered in, hunkered down. I hope that you're sheltered in and you've hunkered down. Okay? Yes, we're praying for all of those within the wake of the hurricane, and for anyone who may be in the wake of any potential tornadoes, because as we know, tornadoes, it is a strong likelihood that you'll get a couple of tornadoes to spin off from a hurricane. Strong likelihood. Doesn't mean it'll absolutely happen, but it is a strong chance for that to happen. And both of them are dangerous. Both of them are really dangerous. They really are, because with the hurricane, you got all that water, all that flooding damage. And then if it starts to spin off those tornadoes, you got those heavy winds, that rain, you got flying objects. I mean, all types of flying objects. Depending on how bad the tornado is, you can have all types of flying objects. So, yeah, if anybody has ever lived in an area where you've had like a really, really strong tornado, they are something else. They are something else. They are something else. So, whether it's a hurricane or tornado, y'all be safe. Please be as safe as possible. Shelter in, hunker down. Hopefully you got you some food. Get you some food. Look, if you're out and about, get you some food. Get you a lot of snacks. Now, when the weather is bad and you can't go anywhere and you're just going to be inside, especially if you've expected it and they've been saying that it may happen, that it's coming. As soon as you hear that, get you some food, okay? Go into the grocery store. I know it's gonna be bumper to bumper with those shopping carts, but hey, run into the grocery store and look, avoid Walmart, go to Dollar General, go to Target. Target can get packed too. Target gets packed too, but it's just something about Target. I don't know. When people go into Target, they act like they have more sense. I don't know. They act like they have more sense. In Walmart, you get people that want to stand in the aisles and have family reunions and act like they're just meant to just stand in your way, then get an attitude when you're like, excuse me. And by that second excuse me, because see, I'm going to say excuse me loud enough. By that second excuse me, it's not going to be nice. The tone is not going to be nice. And then by the time you say it that second time, after you know they hurt you the first time, and you got an attitude the second time, they're looking at you like you got a problem. They're looking at you like you got a problem. So if you're in the wake of, if you're anywhere near the hurricane, the path of the hurricane, or potentially, or even maybe not the hurricane itself, because sometimes, again, those hurricanes can spin off tornadoes that go for miles and miles from wherever the hurricane hit. So make sure you got you some good snacks, some food, got you a couple of extra cheat days. You know, if you've already had your cheat day, if it's bad weather outside, get you an extra cheat day. And hey, stay safe. Stay safe. I would hear people say that they were having hurricane parties. I don't like the sound of a hurricane party, because a party is meant to be fun. Like, when a hurricane's coming, it ain't nothing fun about that. There's nothing fun about a hurricane. So I know people just say things, but sometimes things aren't so good. Sometimes things aren't so good to say. But I get it. I know what they mean. They're at home, families together. You can't go anywhere because it's not safe. The weather's really bad. So I guess it's like a party. It's like a party. So you try to be careful of the things that you say. Unless there are some times, some exceptions, okay? There are some exceptions. There are some exceptions. But it's nice to be able to come out here a little bit earlier. If you're going to be outside in the evening, come out here and walk. You know, walk, jog. Walking is, I know the craze is walking. Walking is the craze, but you can walk, you can skip, you can jog, you can run, you can skate. Heck, you got a skateboard. If you don't have any skates, you got a skateboard. You can get on that joker. Okay? You can go swimming. The weight of that water is good for your joints. The weight of the water is good for your joints. So you can go swimming. Heck, you can go hiking. You don't have to go on a major hiking trip, but you can go hiking. You can go walk in the park. You can walk around your house. If it's still a little bit too hot, you know, walk around the block. Walk around the block, stay close to home, or walk around your yard. So if you get too hot, you can run right in there under the AC. Run right into your home and get under the AC. If you don't want to even go outside, walk around the biggest room in your house. Walk around every room of your house. Do your laps. Count your steps. Put your Fitbit on. Count your steps. And if you don't want to do all that, get on your treadmill. Get on your elliptical. Get on your stationary bike. Get on your bicycle and ride around outside. There's so much we can do. So much we can do. And switch it up. Switch it up. Switch it up. I walk almost every day on here, but during my workout, we do a lot of different things. We do a lot of different things. Now, Ellie, my elliptical, is a part of my daily workout, but she's not a part of my daily lives. She's not a part of my daily live broadcast, okay? But she is a part of my daily workout routine. She's a part of my warm-up. She's my cardio. She's a part of my cool down. And you want to make sure that we what? Listen, I know you're listening. Stretch before and after. Before and after. Think of the word radar. R-A-D-A-R. All right? You want to think of the word R as stretching. A as warming up. D as your workout. A again as your cool down. And when you're done cooling down, you want to stretch again. Stretch before and after. Okay, you want to stretch before to warm up those muscles, get that circulation going. Okay, loosen up those muscles and joints and tendons and ligaments. Loosen some things up, okay? And do some good stretches, not just something to fake the funk. Okay. Hi, y'all. How y'all doing? Yeah, you want to get you some good long stretches. Okay? Don't fake the funk. The stretching is a crucial part, a beneficial part, a fun part of your workout. Hello. It really is stretching. Look, let me tell you, the benefits of stretching are numerable, okay? Numerable. The benefits of stretching are numerable. Numerable. You want to get that good stretch in to prepare your muscles, your joints, your ligaments, your tendons for the work that you're about to go through. Okay? And sometimes, I know I said stretch before and after, but if you feel tired or those muscles feel a little funny, a little uncomfortable, it's probably some lactic acid that you need to release. Do a few more stretches during the middle of your workout. Okay? Do some stretches during the middle. Stretch it out. Stretch it out. It's probably just a little lactic acid buildup. And you just need to stretch it out. I'm sorry, y'all. If y'all catch this replay, this wind feels so good. If it gets too heavy, when it gets too heavy, I mute. Okay. But hey, some people like the sound of the wind as well. Even though it's bashing against the speakerphone. Geesh. Even though it's bashing against the speakerphone. Yep, we do. Okay, y'all, I'm back and we're walking and we're walking and we're walking. And again, I hope that you guys have moved today. And if you have not moved, I hope that you decide to get up and move. Get up and dance. Dance, I said. We're looking at the pecans again. It's a lot of them. That one looks like it's about, y'all, we're going to be picking some pecans soon. Okay. Look at that. We're going to be picking some pecans. Going to be picking some pecans soon. They're coming along. They are coming along really nicely. We're going to be picking some pecans soon. Soon, soon, soon. What the heck? You see the color of it? I don't have you on here. But you see the color of it? Y'all, I got my partner with me today. You know, she's my half. She's my cousin. Is my part-time. She's my part-time walking partner. I just caught up to her. I guess she gonna leave me again, or she's gonna fall behind. She's falling behind right now. She's falling behind right now. But again, get up and walk. Get you a partner. If that will help motivate you, get you a partner. But do not let a partner hold you back, okay? Do not let a partner hold you back. Because a lot of times, people do need that extra push or that extra motivation. And someone will promise them that, hey, we're going to do it 3 days a week. And the first week, maybe they do it. The second week, they do it 2 days. The third week, they can't do it at all. The fourth week, they can't do it at all. The fifth week, they might surprise you and do 2 days. But listen, the third and fourth week, when they didn't do it at all, and the week that they only did it once, what did you do? What did you do? Don't let their excuse be your excuse for not getting up and moving and doing what you need to do to increase your fitness level, to increase your endurance, to increase your stamina, okay, to work your body. Your heart is a muscle as well. It's a pump, it's a muscle. You want to work it as well. You don't want to overwork it, but you want to work it as well. You know, you want to get those juices flowing, those feel good mood hormones, those endorphins. You want to cut down on the fight and flight, okay? You want to cut down on those fight and flight hormones, right? Those cortisol hormones. You want to cut down on those stressful hormones. You want to increase the feel good ones, okay? And a way to do that is to exercise. Yes, Tamika. Like, you want to cut down on those bad hormones and do the things that you need to do to increase those good hormones. And look, I know maybe exercising won't regulate your numbers when it comes to blood pressure, cholesterol, glucose, you know, heart rate. It may not regulate those the way you would like, but then again, maybe they will. Maybe they will. So research has shown that it can be very helpful. Now, sometimes things are just hereditary, but exercise anyway. Okay, you might be that person in the family where high blood pressure runs in your family, cholesterol numbers a little elevated, a couple of family members, and maybe if yours are, and you start to move consistently, don't think it'll happen overnight, but just consistently, your numbers might start to tamper down, right? And they may fall into the normal range. And they may get close enough to normal where maybe you can't stop taking your medicine, but maybe the dosage will decrease. Maybe they'll decrease your dosage, right? Then maybe you can get into that normal range right there in that middle or low enough for them to take you off. But if they can't, if your numbers don't get to a point where they take you off, you still need to exercise. It's not just exercise for your body, it's exercise for your body, mind, and soul. Sometimes things are going to be hereditary and you just can't do anything about it. And when I say hereditary, it doesn't mean that anybody else in your family deals with it. Sometimes it starts with the person. Sometimes it'll start with that person. So if it starts with that person, you know, that's hereditary in itself. Because then you want to tell your kids so that they'll know, you know, if the blood pressure is a little elevated, the cholesterol, the glucose, so that they can do the things that they need to do to help keep theirs down. And if theirs become elevated, don't panic. The doctor's going to help you develop a plan. I know a lot of times they just throw you right on medicine. And I think the doctors do that sometimes, not because they really just want to throw you on medicine, but see, a lot of times people will say, well, wait a minute, doc, what can I do before you just put me on medicine, right? So he'll say, well, you can try some cardiovascular activity, you can change what you're eating, you can change the time that you're eating, you can change the way you prepare your food. You're not good at counting calories or things like that. You know what you do now. So you know that you need to start eliminating some things and start to increasing other things. And if you eat really healthy already and you exercise already, maybe you're doing all that you can do. Again, sometimes it's just going to be hereditary. So you continue to do those things because hopefully those things, even if your numbers are elevated, hopefully you exercising and eating right is the reason that they aren't higher than they are. Okay? That they aren't higher than they are. So continue to do those things. And you never know. With medication, with exercise, with proper eating, hopefully they'll come down. And sometimes, no matter how much you exercise, no matter how good you eat, again, things are just hereditary, even if it starts with you. So do all that you can do to keep those numbers down. Do all that you can do to keep those numbers down. And exercise might not be enough to do it, but guess what exercise will do? It'll still be a good tool for your mind, okay? It'll still keep your mind, give you a good mindset. It'll still release those endorphins, those feel-good mood stabilizers. They just kind of stabilize your mood. They make you feel better. They make you feel good. They relax you. So don't be out here releasing those cortisols and those fight or flights. Because half the times when you're releasing those fight or flight hormones, you're just getting your blood pressure up, your cholesterol up, and all that stuff for nothing. Because what are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Just yap. Fuss. Argue. Puff. And bluff. And your blood pressure is up. And if it's not, you're not helping it. If it's not, you're not helping it. So get up and walk. Get up and do something. And save your fussing. Save your fussing and your stress for those that matter to you. Save your fussing and your stress for those and for things that you can control. No need to release so much stress over things and people you can't control. No need at all. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that because you're getting all stressed out over somebody who means nothing to you and you mean nothing to them. And they're laughing at you. They're laughing at you. So don't do that. Save that energy. Save that stress for when it's needed. Because there are times when stress is, I guess the best way you can put it, justified. Not really justified, but used on more important things. If you're going to be stressed out about something, let it be something that's important to you. Let it be something that's, that's crucial to you. To you, not to anybody else. Don't waste your stress. Don't waste your fussing, your hooping, your hollering, and your yelling. You're getting mad at something or a situation or somebody who means nothing to you. and you mean nothing to them. Don't do that. Don't do that. You can do it if you want to. You know, you can do it if you want to. That's kind of funny, but it's not good to do that. It's not good to do that. Stress takes toll. Stress takes toll. But again, now, sometimes you got to release a little stress. Because y'all know what I say. Why do I say don't let stress people stress you out? Because they want to. They'll do it. They'll try to do it. And sometimes you might slip and let them do it. But don't get into the habit of that. Don't make that a habit. Do not make that a habit. Do not let people stressing you out become a habit. Because what does that do? What were we just talking about a few minutes ago? Those numbers. Those numbers. A lot of times people think anger and being mad just affects the blood pressure numbers. Nope. It affects a lot of those hormones that you don't want. It increases a lot of the hormones that aren't so good, right? And then it also puts you in a mental place where you might want to eat a little bit more. Then what does that food do? Starts to affect your blood sugar numbers, your cholesterol numbers. Okay? So yeah, it's just not increasing your blood pressure. It can work on increasing other things too. So again, don't let stress people stress you. And that's to friends. That's to anybody listening to this broadcast. Friends, enemies, frenemies. Don't give a damn amies. Don't let that stress you out. Ooh, that's an antique. That car right there. They can't hear you. I'm on the phone. I'm not on the tablet. Because it was acting up. The Wi-Fi was acting up. Oh, okay. Yeah, that car to your left. So you guys look at the legs move. Yeah, look at the legs move. My chat. That's what we've always done. That's what we've always said. My chat. That's what we're going to keep saying. Okay? So if you don't like anything in the chat, leave. Don't come. Don't go. Come, go, don't stay. Stop worrying about what people do on their channels. Especially if they aren't bothering you. Especially if they aren't bothering you. But if they're bothering you, hey, that's different. That's different. I can't tell you how to handle that. Can't tell you how to handle that. Nobody can tell anybody how to handle anything. This is strange. How people like to tell other people what to do, what not to do, how they should do it, when they should do it, where they should be when they do it. The heck? The heck? We try not to curse a lot. The heck? The heck? They can't even tell their kids, their spouses, their siblings, their cousins, their family what to do. But they be yelling on these phones, spitting all over the place. Rest your nerves. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Ooh, those flowers are pretty. I don't know what's on that tree. What does he say? Hold on. Oh, okay, I got it. So, again, y'all, get up, walk, run, skip, jog, swim, camp, go hiking, get on your bicycle, go skating, go dancing, get on your elliptical, get on your stationary bike, ride around the neighborhood, walk in your house, walk around your house, walk up and down your stairs, get on your mini stepper, walk in place, walk in place, get on a mini stepper. Mini steppers are good. They just don't do it for me, but I do get on mine from time to time. But they do it when I increase the tension. When I increase the tension, they can make you work. When you increase the tension, they can make you work. But if you got that tension down, you ain't doing nothing. You got that tension down, you ain't doing nothing. You want to increase the tension a little bit. Work yourself, work your body, work your body. Just make sure you don't hurt your body. You do want to work your body. You do. You want results. And you don't have to have weight loss as a goal, you know. But if you do have weight loss as a goal, make sure you figure out what your maximum heart rate is. Then you determine what your target heart rate should be. Okay? Because you don't want to overwork yourself. You determine what it should be for your age. And you want to stay on the lower end if you're just now starting. You want to stay on the lower end if you're just now starting. Hey, Stefan. Hey, bro. Hey, Lance Pride. Just got home from my daughter's volleyball game. They won. Hey, congratulations. 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 They off to a good start. They off to a good start. What? Volleyball just started, didn't it, Stefan? Did volleyball just start? I've been watching a lot of I haven't really been watching it, but I've been seeing a lot of high school, middle school, and college athletics. They've been doing their thing with volleyball. Y'all, these dogs barking at me. He gonna come to the fence. He look like he big enough to jump it too. He gonna come to the fence. Then he went and got his buddy. He went and got his buddy so they can make more noise. It's okay. Started today and they won. So they're off to a great start. Hey, congratulations. Look, what did y'all do to celebrate the win, Stefan? Y'all just celebrating. Y'all got a lot to celebrate. You just had a birthday. She started volleyball. They got their first win. At the start of the season. That's great. That is great. I'm sorry, y'all, again for this wind. I know it's annoying because I watch people sometimes, and let me tell you, their wind is something else. But it feels so good. It feels so good. It doesn't sound good against the phone speaker, but it feels good. It definitely feels good. Hey, did you catch Loca today, Stefan, at all? She had a good live today. She always has a good live. But check her out if you missed it today. She had a live. It went almost 3 hours. When I get out of the shower and settle down, I'm going to catch the part that I missed. I missed most of it. Nothing about the cooked pork chops and rice, mac and cheese. Okay, that sounds good, Stefan. Tamika says, see you later, Lance Pride, and everyone have a good night. Good night, Tamika. Thank you for coming through. I appreciate you. Thank you for dropping those praying hands in the chat. Again, praying for everyone within the path of Hurricane Francine because she has made landfall. She has made landfall. So we're hoping that it's not too bad. Okay, we're hoping that it's not too bad. For those who need shelter, please find a place to shelter. Shelter in, hunker down, and stay as safe as possible. Stay as safe as possible. Stay as safe as possible. And thank you guys for those thumbs up. I appreciate it. Y'all know I like a good thumbs up, okay? I like the likies. I like the likes. All you gotta do is just tap your phone. And if you're on your laptop and all that stuff, you might have to tap the 3 dots at the top. But look, that's all right. Tap them. And if you don't want to do that, that's all right too. I'm not going to fuss at nobody about tapping the phone. Because if they're in the chat, that's support. Okay? So many ways to support. You can give it a thumbs up. You might not like what you're hearing. You might not like the content, but you might like the content creator. So you're just there to support them. So if you stay in there for a few seconds to a couple of minutes, that's support. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. That's support. Once you subscribe, you can further support by ringing my doorbell. Holding it down. It's better known as a YouTube notification bell. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Tap it. A good tap. So that you'll be notified every time I upload a short. Because I am basically a shorts channel. I am basically a shorts channel. Or when I go live. Okay? When I go live. Loca, she had a good live today. I don't know if you got to see any of it because I know you were at work. I was getting off and I caught the end of it, but I can tell it was a good one. It was about the debate. It was about the presidential debate. Look at his little ear. Hey, little fella. His tail is straight up. You saw it? Okay. So I didn't see, I only saw the tail, kind of like the tail end of it. So I'm going to go and watch it from the beginning. When I'm done walking, I'm going to jump in the shower and then watch it from the beginning. Because I can tell it was really good. Because no matter who you like or who you dislike, Local going to throw some stuff in there and make you laugh, make you wonder about certain things about each one of them. But I know my mind is made up. My mind is made up. Just gotta vote. Just gotta vote. It's no question for me. It's no question for me. There's nothing really anybody can say. But it is really nice listening to good commentary about the candidates though. It's really nice listening to good content as it relates to the candidates. So even if your mind is made up, I saw people who were interviewed after the debate. Their minds are made up. And I think, I don't even know, it's still good to watch. It's still good to watch. But most of the times, people who watch the debates, they don't change their minds, no matter how ridiculous one sounds, no matter how much one falters, unless they do like really, really terrible. But you have some people who are loyal to a fault. They're loyal to a fault. There's nothing they can say, nothing a candidate can do will make them change their mind. Okay, you are about to cook. I'm about to get off here in a little bit, Stefan. You're about to cook some good stuff, some good eating. That's going to be some good eating. Pork chops and rice, macaroni and cheese. That's going to be some good eating. Not sure I'm voting for anyone, but I am voting local. I hear you. I hear a lot of people say that, Stefan. A lot of people say that. Because a lot, it matters. It matters too. And people are always talking about, what the federal government is or isn't doing. People just don't know. The federal government has a lot of stuff, okay? They give states a lot of things that your state and local legislatures don't even tell you about. So you gotta know who you're voting for and putting in these seats on your state and your local, your municipalities and stuff like that, your local cities, your counties, your state. You need to know who you're putting in those offices as well, and make sure you're making good choices, because a lot of times everybody's so upset or so mad about the federal government. But guess what? If you dig deep Oftentimes, no matter who's the president, there are a lot of things and a lot of cash that they've given to these states for whatever reasons. And your state legislatures, your state Congress, they are the ones who aren't giving it to you. They're the ones who aren't giving it to you. Your city officials. Sometimes they have means to a lot of resources from the federal government. Your states, they have a lot of resources. And they sit there and they lie, they whine and cry, but they don't let the people of their states, they don't let the people of their counties or their cities know that they've had or they've received certain government funding, certain federal funding. So yes, local elections are just as important. You know, who you elect as your prosecutor, your district attorney, that's important. Your judges, that's important. You know, all judges aren't nominated by the president. So for the ones who are elected, that's important. The people who sit on your any type of board, like a civil service board or something, those elections are important. So I think the federal one is too. I think all elections are important. But there are some that are really important depending on your state. Depending on your state elections may be more important. Because again, some people fuss, whine, and cry about the presidents. And regardless of which president is in office, they have distributed certain resources to these states that the states aren't making their citizens privy to. Your cousin is running, he is a Dem. Okay. So how do you think he's going to do, Stefan? Do you think he's going to win? Wade says she's doing local voting only. Yeah, I vote all of it. I vote all of it. I vote all of it. It's just something about it. That was always instilled in me that people went through too much for me not to vote. I vote each and every chance I get. And I know a lot of times people feel like it doesn't matter on the federal level, but it does. You just can't help what state you're in. If you're living in a certain state, it matters. And hopefully if your state electors are doing the right thing, they're going to vote the way the majority in your state votes. But that doesn't always happen. You know, a lot of times they say, oh, that's a red state. The goal, the right way would be that your electors vote the people's choice. And so that's why people are always kind of confused. Not all people, because a lot of people know why. How could, say in the 2016 election, how could the man have lost by so many popular votes, but he won the presidency? Because it depends on your state. Certain states have a great deal more electors, but when you get down to that popular vote, you can add up a whole bunch of people in certain states. And even though you may be up by 3 million votes, if they aren't in the right states, that person could lose the election. They could lose the election. Right. Yep. Wave, the electoral college. And some people, that's why some people want to get rid of it. They want to just go by the popular vote. And I mean, to me, that would be the right thing to do. If you're going to say that everybody votes counts, it just kind of feels like, okay, it does to a degree. It does to a degree. It's almost like you're favoring the bigger states. Because at the end of the day, it seems like the bigger states are the ones who really count because of that electoral college. Because of that darn electoral college. And often, there's talk to get rid of it sometimes, but that talk rises, then it falls down. It rises and it falls. It rises and it falls. And I think when there's talk to get rid of it, it depends on who loses. So nobody can say, oh, just the Dems want to get rid of it. Nah, when the Republicans lose, they want to they float around getting rid of it too. They float around, they float the topic around too. One side might float it around heavier, but they float it around too. Because at the end of the day, if you went by popular vote, then what can you say? If you went strictly by the popular vote, what can you say? Now, if one side knows that they don't have a good chance of winning the popular vote, of course they want to keep the Electoral College. So it just depends on what's going on. If you feel like you have a great chance, you know you're well loved and you're well liked, you don't even focus on all 50 states. If you think you're going to have a hard time, you focus on those toss-up states and the large states. You focus on the toss-up states and you focus on the large states, because those large states with the large populations are going to have more electors. Oh, Stefan says, I am a registered Dem, but funny Dem, I have, but funny Dem have not sent me any, but Trump sent me something asking for his vote. Look, Stefan, look, you know they got to get the crossover vote, okay? You know they got to get the crossover. Wave says, I just feel people are not voting on issues just because of race or gender. Yeah, I focus on everything. I focus on the past, the present, the person, their age. Some people are set in their ways. They're stuck in their ways. I'm set on how do they treat people, you know, not just when they need the vote, but in general. How do they treat people in general? A lot of people say they don't look at race, but I'm like, how many presidents have we had? 47? I'll be wanting some color up in there. I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, with 47, one side, they can afford to say they don't look at race. But whenever they think they're challenged, race becomes an issue. So a lot of times, our people don't think about that. Race doesn't matter. To us, it usually doesn't. And as far as certain elections, go to Washington, look at that wall. Go to the Capitol and look at every picture that's up there. You know, I want some diversity. I want some diversity. I do. I want some diversity. We've had to deal with it. Like, we've had to deal with what has been. And out of 47, we've had to deal with it. And the one that looked different caught heck. So race matters to them too. Caught heck from both sides. Caught heck from us, because we thought that as a president, he was only supposed to be the president to us. And just say, screw y'all. The other 40, well, who was he, 44? The other 43, screw them, so screw y'all. You can't do it like that. He couldn't be like that. And I get so tired of people talking about reparations. A president, I don't care what color he is, black, white, green, or yellow, he is not going to give reparations without Congress. And Congress ain't doing it. Congress ain't doing it. And I look at the makeup of Congress, and I look at the other groups of people who have been granted reparations, quote unquote reparations, given things, even though they should have received more, they got something. And I look at the people who got nothing. And I see us as always being the thorn in our own side. Always being the thorn in our own side. I watched some stuff happen from 2016 to 2020 that was basically inhumane. And people still stuck with loyalty. They talked a lot of game about, oh no, that was wrong, or they shouldn't have done this, they shouldn't have done that, but they were loyal to a fault. Except, except a few brave, except a few brave. A few brave ones have stood on what they've said. But you had a lot of them that said, oh no, that was wrong. And he didn't condone, and he didn't do this, and he didn't do that. You know, so it's like they will stick together, but that's why I would like to see some diversity. Because we will never see it as long as people are willing to come together, no matter how bad circumstances have been. You know, people are willing to do illegal things, underhanded things, undercut. You know, look at who continues to remain in power. So I ain't gonna even lie. Yeah, I look at it. I look at it. Because I'm like, it's just like the thumb is on you. The thumb is on you for a reason. Now, that being said, when given a shot, if they look brown, green, or purple, black, brown, and when given a shot, they don't do their thing, then I'm looking for the next one who will. Don't matter what color they are. It doesn't matter what color they are. It says DM gave Obama hell first term. Yep. That's why I felt both parties are the same mindset. Yeah. It's all about power. I mean, we most Americans won't be in their tax bracket. You know, we'll never. That's why sometimes I don't understand some of the arguments that people sit up and have with each other. At the beginning of the day, in the middle of the day, at the end of the day, at the beginning of the next day, we won't be in their tax brackets. So all we really can do, either side, is think about who's doing what's best for us at that time, or who's promising to do what's best for us as a whole. And now when I say us, I mean Americans. And with this upcoming one, I just feel like one had a chance. And like I said in the chat earlier, they said they were going to build a wall. They fuss at each other, and people say, well, we can't get any of, what y'all going to do. We want to know about the issues, like you said, Wade. But when asked about the issues, one will start talking about something totally different, and then it becomes a back and forth. And then they say that the mics will be muted, and the mics either aren't muted, as they say, or they're muted, and the person is trying to talk over still. And you hear some mumbling while one is giving their take or their answer. You hear mumbling. And I'm like, the debates have their place and they're done for a reason. But sometimes you're like, just because a person lost a debate or loses a debate or could lose a debate doesn't mean that they are the wrong person. Just because a person wins a debate doesn't mean they're the right person. Some people call winning a debate talking over someone, demeaning someone, talking about their family member that they have never met, calling their father a name and they never knew that person's father, calling their father this and that, and there's not even enough research about a person's father or mother. But what we do know is that we had someone from 2016 to 2020, and as Angela. Okay, I was being nosy. I was trying to see what's going on with that dog. As Maya Angelou said, when somebody shows you, you need them to show you again. So I'm like, as far as that goes, dude, you showed me one time. You showed me. When someone shows you, pay attention. Pay attention. So, and the one that I lean to, does that mean that they're perfect? Nope. Because nobody's perfect. There are people who I voted for. I'm not going to agree with everything that they decide. I'm not going to agree with them on all issues. But the only thing we can do is just to try to vote for the person who we feel like will try their best to make life better for everybody. Not just for the rich. And I know a lot of poor people don't want to hear it, but not just for the poor. Because you have a working class who they may not be poor, but they're working, and they may be a check or two away from being poor. They may be a month's worth from being poor. You have some people who are doing well, maybe have a business, but their business is barely making it. So we want somebody who's going to look out for the best interest of everybody as much as they can, with the knowledge that you can't please all of the people all of the time, but you can please some of the people, and sometimes you can please a lot of the people some of the time. I don't think no president has ever been able to please like even 90% of the people, because they can't even please 100% of their own party most times. They can't please 100% of their party most times. I just, you know, and there are issues. There are issues. And a lot of times people do get frustrated because they're like, they didn't discuss the issues. Well, they talked a little bit about healthcare. To me, healthcare will always be an issue. They did speak a little bit about healthcare. Harris talked about, the things as far as like with insulin, certain vouchers, certain insurance things, things they've done as relates to insurance practices and things like that. One said he was going to have something better 8 years ago. Over his 4 years, never got anything better. He kept trying to take away what was had. And you might not have liked everything about ACA, but people were covered, So the one good thing I can say he did do as far as ACA is he removed that, he removed that penalty. If people can't afford something, I don't think they should have to have a penalty. So I will say, whenever anybody asks me something, if it's somebody I don't like, if they've done something, even if it's one thing that I like or I agree with or I was good with, I'll say that. Him removing that penalty was a good thing for a lot of poor people, because it was mandated, and to have to pay that penalty and you can't afford it. If you could afford it, you would have gotten the insurance. So if it's to a point where you can't afford it, then remove the penalty. That was fine. But just to get rid of it, no. And then even last night, 4 years they tried, trying to get rid of it, but had no replacement. And then even got to the point where saying, well, just take that name off and put my name on it. No, buddy. No, don't do that. Don't appropriate the ACA, okay? We know you probably had a good history of appropriation, but don't do that. Don't do that. And then even last night, when ACA was addressed, still no answer. Still no answer. And he's had another 4 years to think about that. Didn't get it done in the 4 years. The next 4 years, still no answer. He's thinking about concepts. That's the beginning phase of anything. Uh-oh, y'all. Am I back? Okay. It got so dark, I thought it was off. But, I'm like, okay, you had 16 to 20 to make it better, get something better. That's what you said. And you never did. That's why a couple of on your side went against you. Now you've been just sitting on your fingers, wanting to run for the 4 years after you lost, and you still only have beginning concepts. That's not good. That's not good. It was good, Stefan. It was, oh my gosh. I was so ready to get off work. I was Stefan, I was at work. Have you ever been at work and you're not sleepy, but it's so boring that you just feel like I need to go to sleep. Like it's so boring, you just feel like I need to go to sleep. Amber is dumb telling Stefan, I wanted to throw the phone. I wanted to just throw the phone. What's going on today? Because what did I get? It was last night I saw her at Brittany's apartment telling all her business, like you said, again. Telling all her business again. I was so mad. I was like, I don't know if Amber writes those scripts like they say or not, but her writing, she better straighten up if she wants Hollywood to come calling. She needs to straighten up if she wants Hollywood to come calling. I guess for Country Wayne, heck, I guess he said let them do what they do as long as it's making him money and he's doing his thing. But if Amber is writing that, they picked the wrong person to write it. And I know a lot of times, like, writers write themselves into storylines and stuff, but she's doing a poor job. And if she's not doing it, whoever's doing it is doing a really bad job. A really bad job. Because whoever's writing that storyline with them, it's like, you know how like on the Young and the Restless, there was always the major storyline? Usually like anything Victor Newman was major. Anything Victor and Nikki was major. Anything, who was somebody else on there? Back in the day, Jill and Miss Chancellor, anything John Abbott, anything Jack Abbott, anything Ashley Abbott, all of those people were major, right? So, of course, they kept the storylines. They were the storylines that most people wanted to see. And I think Amber feels like since Anthony, Shayla are like major, I think she feels like we're just gonna keep on like just watching this. It's like it's just gone on for too long. Like I started trying to get into some of the other storylines, but the other storylines are too ghetto for me. The other ones are just too ghetto. And I'm like, I ain't those hood storylines. You know, I ain't trying to see all those. You know, they got a place, but every time you turn around, it's starting to be like these hood and gang storylines. I ain't trying to watch all those. And then, what else? Like Ernestine and Jay, their storyline is okay. Their storyline is okay. I just wish they would go ahead and make up their minds, like, are they going to be together or not? You know, are they really going to be together or not? So it's like, that's why when you ask me about them, maybe the past couple of times, I've been kind of behind. I've been kind of behind because I've just been so frustrated with the writing. It's always just, it's very frustrating. I'm like, we've had one couple to go through a whole paternity thing within a matter of maybe a couple of weeks. And y'all revealed everything about that. And those, you know, and they're moving on. Or they're even some of the same players like Dr. Faith. It's still bothering Jay and Ernestine, but it's moved on a little bit. You know, it's moved past the juicy part, the major part, onto something else. But I'm just so sick and tired of the Amber, Shayla. And it's like they have, it's not like they come on like we watch them on TV and you can watch it for an hour and it's over. And you see 3 or 4 scenes and it's done. We gotta wait throughout the day to see 3 or 4 skits. And it's just leading up to nothing. It's like leading up to nothing. I'm kind of getting tired of them. I kind of want to just, that's why I've been so behind. Because my mind, I'm just not into it like I was. And I'm thinking to myself, maybe I can just wait a while. And then, just wait for a long time and then go back to watching it and see what happens. And then I'll feel like I want to go back and catch up. But I'm thinking I'm just gonna do that. Just maybe start watching their scenes for a minute. And whenever it does come out, I'll go back. But I'll only go back as far as to when it came out. Yeah, that's what I'll do. If I start watching them, I'm gonna, and when I find out that everything's been revealed, or when at least when they move to another, on to something, like, I feel like Shayla's gonna get her hands on that paternity test, her or her mom. They're gonna get their hands on that paternity test. So, I mean, even get to something like that. Get to that part if that's what's gonna happen. Like all this long, drawn out stuff, like Anthony sent off, I know it's supposed to be skits or whatever, but that means y'all can make stuff happen quickly. So he did the paternity test, he did the DNA test, I'm sure he sent it off. So we should know what the answer is by now. Because it's been dragging out so long. If he had sent it off yesterday, I'm thinking, okay, we should know the answer today or tomorrow. Because he's just dragging, all of this is just drag and drag and drag and drag. And it's just like, you're so over it. And it's like people are trying to support. I know how some people have the attitude, well, if you don't like it, why watch it? It's because we do like it. We do like it, and you do want to support it. You do like it, and you do want to support it, and you don't want to just leave it alone. The more people who watch, the better it is for them. The better it is for Wayne, the better it is for the actors. So you do want to support it. But there is frustration. Like, there's a lot of frustration. I ain't gonna even lie. That's why I've been kind of slacking. I've been slacking the past few days. And Mike, I mean, I try to get with the Shayla and Mike thing, even though they don't seem like a good couple. At least it's somebody. Arby has a girlfriend. So I'm good. I'm cool with Shayla having somebody. But the thing between him and her and Mike is so goofy. Like, their relationship is just so goofy. And to me, it's like I kind of do believe Amber's writing it now, the more I think about it. Because she's going to paint herself to be better than Shayla. Like, notice, Shayla, unfaithful to Arby with your best friend's husband. Not just her man, her husband. Then when you get another man, it's another ex. And who is it? Another ex to Amber. So Amber probably does write it. Because she really makes Shayla look a hot mess. She really makes Shayla look a hot mess. And if I was Shayla, I'd be like, look, you need to, some people don't mind being the villain. But for those skits that they're doing, if she's writing it, or whoever's writing it, they're making Shayla look a hot mess. And the more I think about it, it probably is Amber writing it. But she doesn't know how to move the story along. She's sitting there just rocking that baby. That baby's going to be so spoiled. She rocks the heck out of that baby. I'm like, girl, when you get ready to go to work, they're going to be calling you. You got to come get this baby because he won't be quiet. She rocks him. I wonder whose baby that is for real. Because whoever's baby that is, they spoiling that baby. At least Shayla, I don't know, Amber's baby may do it too, but Shayla will lay her baby down on the couch. She will lay her baby down on the couch. Amber is like constantly rocking, holding. And I know she loves the baby, but my goodness. Well, when she has the baby, she's constantly rocking and holding. Shayla lays her little boy down. And again, Mike is just I'm so tired of Mike. Oh my gosh. Mike just comes off as just so clueless. Talking about we got a newborn. He don't even live with Shayla. We got a newborn. That's that junk he was telling Dominique. Okay, Shayla, I almost got you fired earlier this week or late last week. Now he's talking about he needs to go out of town. And I know Dominique is no angel. She's doing it to get at Shayla. But it's still his job if he's gonna still work with her. And so Shayla had the man late. He didn't go where he was supposed to go. Now, now he wants to go out of town. I don't even know what happened with that. I don't even know if he went out of town with Dominique on business or not. I know they were supposed to go out of town on business. So I don't know what happened with that. But yeah, Mike is, oh my gosh, just, I don't even know what to call Mike. He's clueless. He's clueless. And then he's ready to jump in the bed. See, that's what's wrong with Mike. Mike got whipped. Mike got whipped. Because remember he asked about what was it like being with a pregnant woman? Oh my God. And after that, he's been crazy ever since. He's been crazy ever since. Ever since he asked his friend, what was it like? And his friend told him. And he was like, but it was my wife. It's like he's been whipped ever since. And then Shayla should have put him out when he was over there talking about he wanted to go to Pound Town, like the title said. And she was like, no. Ooh, those dogs sound like they're fighting. She was like, no. And he's gonna say, I was just playing. But then you still trying. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm just so tired of him. I'm so tired of him. So tired of Mike. I don't know what to do. Hello, how you doing? I'm so tired of Mike. You know what? I wonder, do they ever get tired of themselves? I wonder, do they ever get tired of themselves? I know they look at those scripts and they're like, you want me to say what? You want me to do what? They probably just go with the flow. They probably just go with the flow just to have a job. Just to have a job. They probably just go with the flow. I hope that you guys have enjoyed the live. I hope that you catch the replay if you missed the live. And I hope that you look at the legs move. Look at the legs move. Okay? You need to make sure that you move your legs and arms consistently for at least 30 minutes each day of the week. Okay? Each day of the week. Each day of the week. And if you take off a day or two, that's fine. Strive for 5. Because if you miss a day or two out of that, then you've gotten down to 3 days. And that's the bare minimum, okay? That's the bare minimum. And so if you're just getting started, that's understandable. You know, that's understandable. Most people don't just jump up and go over in a marathon, right? Even athletes train. So we know you got to get into the rhythm of things. That's fine. You want to work your body? You want to work your body, but make sure you don't hurt your body. Don't try to compete with anybody. Don't try to compete with your neighbor. Don't try to compete with your sibling. Don't try to compete at the person that you see at the gym every day. Do what's good for you. Do what's within your scope, okay? Do what's within your scope. Don't hurt yourself. Don't hurt yourself. Because what good is it if you're overworking or you don't have proper form and you're hurting yourself? If you need to modify things, modify. Modify. If you don't know how to modify, go back to your primary health care provider. They will help you to modify. They'll help you modify. They'll help you modify. They'll help you to do the things that you need to do to get back to feeling rejuvenated, refreshed. Happy even. Happy. They'll help you get back to that. Or they'll help you get to that. They'll help you get to that. But you just have to be persistent. You have to be persistent. Consistency is key, and you have to be persistent. And remember, those things that we don't really need, those sweets and things like that, they're okay in moderation. They are okay in moderation. Moderation is key. Moderation is the key, right? Moderation is the key. And for those who just don't like sweets, hey, that's great. That is a great thing. That is a great thing. And remember, if you can walk and talk, that's great. Okay? But if you can just walk, that's good. That's good. And for whatever you want to do, that's probably great for you too. Because that's the key. That's the goal, to keep moving. You know, sometimes people don't want to talk. They just want to walk and just, that's their me time. They want to soak up the environment. They want to take deep breaths in and out. They want to concentrate on what they're doing. They want to concentrate on their walking. Believe it or not, some people count their steps. They count their cadence. They count, you know, they pay close attention to the way they walk. And sometimes walking a certain way helps them. Ask the military. Ask the military. It's really, really helpful to pay attention to the way you walk. Some people need to use certain muscles when they walk. So you have to concentrate. If you have joint issues, certain joint issues in certain places, you need to focus on using certain muscles to help those joints, to take the pressure off of those joints. It's key to knowing which muscles to use to take pressure off of your back, to take pressure off of your knees, and to relieve some of the pressure on your ankles. It's key to know which muscles to use to take pressure off of your joints, okay? Be it your hip joints, your knee joints, your ankle joints. And make sure that you research your shoes. I see so many people wearing the wrong shoes, wearing cheap shoes. The one thing my parents, grandparents always told me, don't use cheap shoes. Even they knew not to use cheap shoes. When you're exercising, when you're working, certain working environments, when you're walking, don't use cheap shoes. Unless it's very, very temporary. You know, because sometimes your funds aren't where they should be. You know, sometimes some of the better shoes are like really, really expensive. But sometimes you can find some shoes that are good, that aren't like extremely expensive. So research your shoes. Make sure you're using good shoes. Yeah, I know New Balance is my favorite shoe. Hokas are close second. Depending on the Hoka, they're first. Clouds are good shoes for some people. Some people say that they can't tolerate clouds. So those three are the top to me. Well, you know what? I think those are the top that a lot of people are wearing now for exercise. But I say my top is New Balance, Hoka, and Nike. Okay. And if you just need something that's an alternative that's not so expensive, if you don't want to spend over $100, get a good pair of Skechers. Skechers does good with shoes. But you keep walking in cheap shoes, it's going to take a toll on your feet eventually. Because cheap shoes don't have the support, the arch, or the cushion that you need for sustained long-term walking, running, jogging. And when you look your shoes up, just because shoe number 1 may be great for running, still look at the traits of that shoe. It might not be good for everybody who chooses to run. You know, 10 people may like it. Another 10 people, it might not be the shoe for them, even though it's considered a good running shoe. The inserts, they're fine, they're good, but they only last so long. They only last so long too. So if you don't have the funds, the money, or you just want to save your money, Get something like a sketcher, okay? And get you some inserts. But after a while, after two or three times, after about 2 inserts, just get you some new shoes. Get you some new shoes. Your feet will love you for it. Your feet will love you for it. See, I know it's time for me to get out of here. I've been on here like an hour and 41 minutes. Y'all know what I tell y'all. Y'all know what I want you to not do. I don't want you to let bothered people bother you. I don't want you to let stressed people stress you out, right? And if you find yourself in anybody's misery lounge, grab your grip and go. G-Y-G-A-G. Grab your grip and go. Okay? Grab your grip and go. Find you a new lounge, a new spot, a new place. Find you somewhere to be where you want to be, where you enjoy yourself. Most importantly, your own place. Yeah, your own place. I had to talk to my neighbor for a second, y'all. Find your own place. Go back to your own place. You should already have your own spot, your own lounge, your own place. See, if you're in somebody else's lounge, spot, place, home, channel, and you don't like it, skedaddle. Don't let someone else cause you misery, okay? And don't you cause anybody any misery. Don't you cause anybody misery. A lot of times we don't look at ourselves. We just want to point the finger while the other 4 fingers are pointing back at us. Okay? We want to point the finger while the other 4 fingers are pointing back at us. A lot of times we got opinions and don't know the details. But hey, such is life. So if you don't like something, don't affiliate yourself with it. Don't get stressed out about it. Don't get stressed over it. Because it's only going to hurt you. It's only going to hurt you. So don't let stressful people, stress you out. Don't do it. And don't you cause anybody any stress. If you can help it, don't do it. So I wish you guys peace, positivity, and prosperity. Because without peace, as we can all know and see, there's chaos. Without positivity, there's negativity. Wherever chaos and negativity live and breed, roam together, you fail to prosper to your fullest potential. And sometimes that is the goal, and that is the mission of the chaotic and the negative. Okay? So let the chaos and the negativity move on. A lot of times that's the goal. You know how, like your mom and dad used to tell you, people ain't happy seeing people peaceful. People ain't happy seeing people peaceful. If you peaceful, they'll come and try to disrupt your ecosystem. You want to keep a nice equilibrium, as nice as possible, right? Right. You got enough stuff going on at work, at home, at church, your social club or whatever, your friends, your group, all that. You got enough going on, okay? Other people you know for real may have things going on. You're trying to help them. So I'm going to get out of here on that note. And I thank you guys. Thank you, Stefan. Thank you, Wave, from Love to Travel with Wave. I'm glad that you're coming along with your foot surgery. And hopefully you will be 100% soon. And like we said, if not 100, close enough that you're satisfied. I appreciate Tamika Davis for always coming through, supporting. Greg Master 5 came back. Shawanda came through here. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. And I hope to see you on the next Let's Walk and Talk in Lines Pride. Thank you, Stefan. Thank you, bro, for always supporting. Again, I'm about to go in here and take this shower and watch the rest of our Loca. Because I know she had a great live. Like I said, I caught probably the last 10 minutes or so. Maybe about the last 15 minutes. So yeah, I'm going to go back and watch it. So thank you, bro. Thank you for coming in. Again, thank you for always supporting. And I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye, y'all. Oh, leave a comment. Leave a comment on the replay if you would like. If you catch the replay, please leave a comment. Be positive, okay? Be uplifting. Uplift somebody. Uplift somebody, because doing that, you automatically uplift yourself. If you uplift somebody, you automatically uplift yourself. I know people like to pull people down, but think about it. When you say something nice to somebody, don't you feel kind of good within? So uplift somebody. You don't really have to, you don't have to take them to the ballpark, but just say something positive, say something nice. Just speak, just say hello with a genuine smile. Bye, y'all.